Good morning. I know I brought them down. These are the 4.5s, but I also brought down my 6s. Just can't remember where I put them now. Get distracted here. Bobney, good morning. How are you? Or welcome. How are you? Joe, good morning. What's going on, brother? Tony, welcome. How'd everything go yesterday, my friend? You're righty. Let's see if this tape will work. And if not, then I'm going to use the Tamiya carving tape. Flexi carving tape to get this done. In fact, I'm going to go and replace this tape with, I think this will work, but I think I'm going to go to the 1mm. Well, okay, Dad wasn't feeling well, so we can't cancel the haircuts, and I just went to my doctor's appointment. Okay. I'm sorry Dad wasn't feeling well. But how does the new coif work? Does it look good? Dwayne's son, the last time I saw him was this last summer when we were down in Maryland, and he had, like a good set of hair. And this time I'm looking at him, it's like he's holding his daughter or his son. No, it's like that's his son. And his son had this wicked long hair. And I came up to him at one point. I said, "Yeah, I got hair like that under this hat." I was wearing my baseball cap. Kind of looked at me a little funny. Cute kids. Changing one of my meds to a new one. Nice. It sounds like a good doctor's appointment. Due to, the politics of health insurance, my wife's new job we're going currently through my work for health insurance, which is abysmal health insurance that costs us a fucking arm and a leg. And we're about ready to switch over to my wife's health insurance, which I don't know much about, but it seems to be a lot more flexible. I can go back to my original doctor, whom I really liked, because he's been my doctor for many, many, many years, except for when we had to change health insurance due to job changes, which always sucked. There we go. Give me a second, guys. Just got to get this thing laid down. Anyway. But yeah, he was great. And I'm very happy to be able to go back to him, because I think he always, and the reason I'm bringing this up is because you just mentioned like drug changes, because he was always great with stuff like that. Carefully monitoring. I always felt like when I saw him, I was getting premium care. This last doctor we had, meh. Hey, Kevin, good morning. How are you? How was your birthday yesterday? My hair needs cut, but I have a ball cap, so the doctor appointment went well. Great. What's up, Tom? How are things? Working on the XCN, got all the armor. On the frame of today, it should be. So we finished the kids. So long as nothing was wrong with mom and dad. Excellent. Nice when you have that time, right? Hey, what's going on, Charles? Good morning. And Ken, good morning, my friend. Charles, how's AJ? I don't care about you, but I care about AJ. You're such a dick. Oops. I didn't know I have that dish there. Again, time. Almost finished with the armor on the PG new. Nice. And I'm assuming you're enjoying the kit? Madre de Dios. Okay, that feels good. All right. There we go. Oh, yeah, that came out good. Let's see. Morning, Tony the Tiger. Hey, Charles, almost finished. One or both, Tom. Let's see what we got here. He's getting better, but still it's heavy at night. He is starting to get his energy back. Oh, glad to hear that. That's great. Having a great day. Wow. Tom's kind of in a feisty place. I love it. It's a super fantastic kit. Nice. What's going on, Nick? Good morning. Spray booth should be here today. So, what did you get for a spray booth? Charles, inquiring minds want to know. Everybody's saying hello. I love the beans. This one, Tony, I'm not going to do the other one until they release the third-party lead kit, I'm assuming, and I have a lot of time to paint it. I saw 2 of those or 3 of those at Hobbytown down in Richmond, Virginia this weekend, like looking up at that thing. That is a box. Sounds like a plan, Tom. It is worth the price. It is worth the price. Yep. Hey, value is in the eyes of the beholder. I would myself would never pay that much for that kit. Are there kits out there that I would pay that much? Possibly. There is a kit that there's about 3 or 4 historical kits that I keep my eyes on that are in the hundreds of dollars. But, and that's because I want to collect it more. Yeah, because I want to collect it. But at the same time, not rushing. It's got dual fans and top vents, so it don't take up tons of space. Nice. Just a decent beginner one. Perfect. It's all you need. Charles, I've got basically a plastic tub that I cut a bottom in, built a wooden box underneath it. I've got a downdraft of paint booth, draws it up, and a fan behind it to suck it all up into through a dryer hose, basically. I built this thing, I don't know, 7 years ago at this point. Has it been that long? When did I get into this hobby? 2018, beginning of? Yeah, just celebrated my, what year is it? So I'm now starting my 9th year returning to the hobby. God damn it, time flies. You know, you need the box, George, not the kid. Just the box. That's right. The Bandai lead kit? No. The amount of detail on the parts. Yeah, you're probably waiting for somebody to release a third-party kit. I don't blame you. Yeah, I just want the box. Okay. We got one line laid down. There is a little bit. I'm actually noticing now, right about where I laid down that line. She came out pretty good. Not like that. Shite. Mother pus bucket. Just ramped. Yeah, I'm concerned about it. I mean, you can always fix the damage from it, but what a pain in the balls. I can give you the box. I'll pass. My details on the parts is insane. Well, I'm sure somebody's going to have that kit built up and brought to a show. So maybe that'll be you, Tom. Early shift change. Wow. Good for you, man. All right, Charles, I guess we'll see you in a little bit. For $100, muahahaha. Hold it. You're laughing for spending $100 on an LED kit on a $700 kit. Just want to make sure I understand. It was just the inner frame built, and it was beautiful as is. Beautiful. Okay, we're going to go to a point. I think we're going to do a 0.3 coming down this side. All the way down. Looking at this, yeah, all the way down to the bottom. This is all going to be a 0.3. One size does not fit all. Well, I can give you the box for $100. Oh, you will you? Yeah, pass. Only 5 LEDs. George. Is it just 5 LEDs? So it's $20 an LED. Does it come with fiber of some sort as well? And you behind on reading. What else is new? The box for $100. Oh, I see what you. Oh, I see. Because you had it on 2 separate lines. I missed it. Gross. What's gross? Kind of feel like Cosmos will release the LED set for like 20 to 540. The LED kit isn't worth it. The asking is 150 here. Yeah, I can understand. I think we are actually going to lay down this tape. This will be interesting. I've never used flexible masking tape for scribing purposes, but I can't imagine it should not work. This basically feels like really like electrical tape, not going to lie. To me, is basically selling me at substantially more, very thin, or excuse me, very lightly light blue electrical tape. Come on. Okay. Start pushing that down. By the way, something I found years ago, I don't even remember where now. It was at some shop I worked at or something like that, and I fixed it up again. So if anybody pisses me off, this is a metal, and the frame is super solid. Using Tamiya bendy tape. I'm using the Tamiya bendy tape. That's right, which is basically electrical tape. Okay. Not just for paint masking anymore. Right there. There we go. Tamp it down. Get a hit of coffee. Gold colored parts though feel cheap. Boy, those sounds bring back memories. Do they really? Yeah, don't they though? I love 8-bit sound. Just the electrical tape, but at least it won't leave behind residue. Yeah, it's just the glue on it, correct, Tom? That's the thing. It's the glue on it is much, much thinner or lighter. Is that a toy promoting those 70s fighter? I have no idea. I got to tell you, it's called Hot Gun Grip, and it's trademarked. I have no idea, never looked it up. But it's got a few different things. All in one convenient little trigger. That's vinyl masking tape. I don't recommend trying electrical because it is the same. Or 80s like Top Gun. Could be. 8-bit is where it's at. Oh, I totally agree. 8-bit is where it's at. Dude, I'm trying to get an NES emulator because I really want to play the original Legend of Zelda. I actually have the original Legend of Zelda game system, the NES game system, with the cartridge. But I don't want to set up a game. I'd rather just play it on a computer. So hopefully soon we'll be doing that. Okay, here we go. Got to be very careful with this because as I'm finding is if you catch the edge of the tape, you can literally pull the tape. And that is something I'm trying to avoid. Sorry, guys. Give me a moment here. Actually got a good start on this. This worked out very well. Oh, yeah. Spot on. I'll deepen it a little bit. But yeah. For Elf on the Shelf, we've got George on the cord. Nice. George gaming stream soon? You know, likely not. I don't have any game systems. I don't have any PC games. And I really don't care to play video games. I like working on models in the morning, and I generally like to watch movies or TV shows at night. Though I'm trying to find a way of getting me to work more on models at night. I've talked to a lot of people, especially this last weekend, about the number of people who actually do play video games, and primarily for the social aspect of it rather than the game. And I respect that, and it's like that could be kind of fun, but all that'll do is it'll just take me away from. Sorry, I'm having a really hard time getting in here. Some of the other stuff I really want to do, which is, like I said, I'd like to catch up to my movie collection, little anime collection too. Shit. Sorry guys, give me a second here. This is real. I should have. Nah, the one mistake I made here, probably should have gone. I believe it is time to replace these DLCs. They do a nice job of carving, but I think might be at the end of their limit. Putting a lot more pressure in there to get those things in there. Okay, here we go. It's already streaming gaming. It's the game of life. Exactly. Tom, you're on fire today. Yeah, but the game of life sucks ass. Yeah, exactly. Just rehone or sharpen them. Resharpening DLCs is not easy because it's a full blade. Unlike a BMC or a D-Spay or any of the other ones that either are on a bar stock or a round stock, it's not the same. Could I find a way of doing it? Yeah, it's just not worth the effort. Chuck just download the new upgrade. That's right. Maybe that'll work. All right, let's get some more of this stuff down. Before I do that, let's see if the next line actually we can use this tape or not. I think the answer is likely not. Yeah, it curls down a little too far. That's the problem we had before. It went down just a little too far. Or I could just say fuck it and just say do it. I could just say fuck it. Sharpen it like you would a knife. Yeah, it doesn't work, Tom. Do it, do it, do it. Tom, the issue is it's not with a chisel like this, you don't sharpen the sides. What you need to do is you need to sharpen, if you actually can see that top point right there, you got to catch that angle and sharpen that part right there. Or possibly even just kind of hit it from this side. I don't know. We'll see. I got the Texas upgrade instead. Nice. Okay. Let's do this and let's pray. Oh, for fuck's sake, are you kidding me? I'm just trying to scribe now a line that's already existing there, and it's just like bouncing all over the fucking place. It's gonna be a lot of surfacer going on this thing. Yeah, that part I'm gonna have to rescribe completely. Guys, apologies. Give me a moment here. This is actually really fighting me this time. That's wild. That line ain't even close to being straight. It's like it bumped along. It caught on the tape in some places. Whatever. All right, let's see where we are. All right, so yeah, I guess this, I don't know what your complaint is then. Nice. You don't like the Texas upgrade, probably prefer something tropical. Genuine question. What is that? This is a Mitsubishi J8M1 in 1/72nd scale. It was basically the Japanese Navy, the Imperial Japanese Navy's version of the donated Comet that they got from the Germans during World War II. It's Texas. That's the whole complaint. Nice, you guys. Anyways, I'm home and going to bed. Been up for almost 2 days now. Y'all have a good one. Charles, you too, brother. Get some rest, all right? Glad to hear AJ is slowly recovering. Chuck, is nice. Yeah, it's a fun little plane. It's a turd of a kit, but it is what it is. Anyway, before I forget, Roman, welcome. How are you? Forgot my manners there for a second. I do apologize. All right, let's get the tape. Back down here to carve out this line, this idiotic line. It's got all bungled up. Turn the tape around. That's kind of a first. I've never really had an issue with having the blade kind of fight the scribing. That was wild. Too far out. Hit it. Damn it. This plastic is really, I'm not sure if it's the chisel. I mean, I could certainly, that was fucking great. Yeah, that whole section is going to have to get repaired. It's also a turd of a plane. Oh, it's innovative, but still a turd. Maybe, but it looked cool. The number of planes that actually in armor. I watched the Totally Tanked episode of the on the Leopard 2 and the different variants and that kind of thing. They interviewed an Australian who went to the Alamein. I think there might be two. The Jordanian tank museum, and the tanks that were there. I mean, it's a massive collection. Some of it is just kind of mock-ups, and the mock-ups are not accurate at all. Some of it's real, but they talked about a lot of tanks that looked really cool and were absolutely ineffective. So, yeah, planes, tanks, there's a lot of stuff that's just kind of ineffective. Hey, it looks pretty cool. Yeah, it flies pretty okay. Yeah, it gets shot down very easily. Or in the case of something like this, I would hate to be the guy who gets hit with all the acid and shit if it ever got shot. Now, the good thing is I don't think this thing ever saw combat. Hey, Dwayne, good morning. What's going on, brother? Issue with the commas is it's a bloody rocket. Yes, it was. All right, I'm going to do repairs on that later on. I'm going to, after we prime. Put it there. After we prime, I'm gonna see if I can get this if I get this side done. If I get this side done, I'll be a happy person. I don't think I'm gonna get it all done, but we'll keep working. Keep working it. There we go. All right. Is one? No, I don't think even had flying. No, it flew. It did have a prototype flight. I don't believe it went beyond that. Yeah, the drone was, and it was in combat. Yep. You heard it. He finishes that side. He'll be happy. Nice. Later, Nick. Have a good one, brother. Enjoy the rest of your day. We'll see you tomorrow. Those at the time is once you light it, you're gone. No speed control, nothing. Well, I'm very thankful I was not the pilot. Okay, let's lay down some of the masking tape and get the underside line. Dwayne, how are you? How are the kids? How's your wife? Probably should have said, how's the family? But hey, it is what it is. Well, that was the Al's rocket based. There, Nick. These two lines should not be coming together near the engine. I don't believe, looking at the documentation from the other manual. However, in my case, I'm not going to care. All I need to do is get this thing. Maybe this has been part of the problem. All I need to do is get this thing scribed. I need to get it done. Sorry, guys. Give me a moment here. I'm almost. Fuck you. Almost there. There we go. All right, this side is at least from that core. The core lines is done. I've got the 5 larger lines to do in the back, and then we're. How much time I got? Yeah, I should be able to get those done. I'm still super tapped from the show. Do you repair miniature planes? Do you do it for a living or as a hobby? Yeah, I do this as a hobby only, Roman. I appreciate people who do this as a living. I don't do commission work. I if I did that, it would feel too much like a job, and that's not something I want to do. If this ever felt like a job, I'd stop. I used to work as a bike mechanic many years ago, and it was the best. I loved it. I loved it as a job, but at the same time, it because I spent so much time in a bike shop. When it came time to go out riding, it was like I'm gonna decompress. I don't want to be around a bike. And I don't want to do the same thing here. Everyone is good. Just me and the kids again. Holly is away on business. Yeah. Wow. Does she do a lot of traveling? And you don't have to answer right if you don't want to, Dwayne. I'm just kind of curious. The only one Japan used was a rocket limited in combat. Was this something Cherry Blossom? I think it's called. I believe that is correct. Horton HO 229 was one of the coolest World War II planes. Love. Oh wait, it's too bad it was the bad man's faction that created them. Yeah. Comes with both. Sorry. 172nd and 144. I wanted the 148, but it was out of stock at the time, and it just cost a lot of money. But this one has a pretty super detailed engine and everything like that. This will go into some kind of a diorama at some point, and it will likely not be in any kind of like, in that livery, shall we say. Oh, hello. There we go. Yeah, I agree. Saw the 229, the remnants of the 229 at the Udvar Hazy Museum this weekend. It was pretty interesting to see. Should I get the 148 version from Zodiaci, Tony? What's Zodiaci? They have that one in Stefan. Yeah, New Delhi. Yeah. Yes, they do. They have the remnants of it. They don't have a complete one. Anything that is complete would be a model. It would not be the original. Heinkel 162 was a cool plane too. Yep, that will be cool if you get that. Very cool plane. Yeah, this is the most travel she's done since the kids were born. Really. And Dwayne, is it going to be slowing down anytime soon? Yeah, I'm going to get that brand in 148. Yep. Yeah, the Zukemura one. Yeah. That's like it's the only one in existence. There are 3 of them at the museum, though. All in pieces, I believe. They did say, because the reason I'm saying that is because they did have one that was marked as a V3. Not for a few months, I suspect. Oh boy. Yeah. Sorry about that, brother. Anyway. I know it's a tough road. I hope it all works out well for you and for her and for the kids, especially for the kids. It's a tough one, man. It's a tough one. All right, that one is that's a 0.4. Yeah, let's go back to the 0.3. All right, there are these 3 little venti areas here that I'm going to rescribe. There's 5 of them. One of them has completely disappeared, which means I've got to rescribe it in. Okay. 4 of the 5, one side are now clean. Let's get the other side. And then I'm going to rescribe the last one. I actually see where it is, which is good. God, the fucking wing is in the way. It's the problem with this. Check on my friends here. Looked it up. There's only one HO-229 existing, and it's the Smithsonian, which is the V3. And what's there is only in remnants. I took a photo of it. It's like, I think they got like the around the cockpit and maybe to the wing roots, and that's it. So you've got maybe about, I'm going to say about 6-7 feet of the length of it, and then right out to the wing roots, and that's it. I get the 170, 140 version that you have to make a Smithsonian diorama. Yeah, they have the whole plane in pieces. I don't think the whole plane exists. I thought I read that a while ago that I don't believe the whole plane exists. I could be wrong. I'd have to, reread on that, but you probably have more access to Googles than I do right now, so. Ugh, merde. It's gonna suck. All right. Let's get this last one done. And this last one is the one that I've got to almost completely rescribe. Ooh, the other side's even worse. All right. Those are pretty good. Last bit of scribing, and then we're going to hit it with thin cement, and then this thing is, at least this side, is kind of wrapped up. I need to lay down some tape here. Yep. In fact, we're going to get the old razor saw on this now. All right. And this thing is done. The Udvar Hazy Center. Oh, it's awesome. That place is like absolutely fabulous. I'm looking forward. The only mistake I made, I forgot to pick up my fridge magnet. God damn it. Every place I go, it's the only thing I want. I just buy a fridge magnet. If I visit a museum, if I visit a place of interest. Just like the main body with the cockpit from the pics I saw, if I remember correctly. Yep. Gone there 3 times. I'm planning on 4th. Nice. When are you going again, Tom? Just a test plane and never got a production run from what I remember. Yeah, I'm not sure that it ever flew either. Hey man, can you give me a piece of advice? Of course, I've just graduated and I'm trying to apply for jobs, but I don't know how to start. Have a lovely day. Piece of advice on how to do that. Depending on where you are applying, get yourself a really well constructed, what they call it, resume, a CV. Curriculum vitae. And if you and the nice thing about it is today you could probably get a foundation for one right online or through some kind of a document creator. I would have somebody double check it and talk up your good points. Talk up numbers like what made you what you've done well in. It's kind of it. Depends also on the career that you're going for. One of the F-14 that shot down a MiG from 1984 conflict with Libya. Yep. It's the only prototype in the world that still survives. I wish I lived right next door. Could always do that, Tom. Could always move down to the DC area. I'm just saying, you could. Okay. This is now done. Do a light bit of sanding. And then hit it up with Mr. Surfacer. There we go. Except for one little area. Let's get that 0.3 back out. Damn it. Okay. That area is going to have to get repaired. There we go. Done. All right. So tomorrow we'll work on the other side. We got this side done. Came out all right. Then we'll work on this side tomorrow. Anyway, what's he making? What is he making? He is making a little itty bitty Japanese jet fighter from World War II. Also, National Air Force Museum is another museum. Love. Both are free, except for the parking. Gotta get you somewhere. All right, my friends. Time for me to roll now. Thank you very much for being on. I really do appreciate it. Good conversations all around. Stay safe and stay sane, everybody. Thanks for being on. So, crazy world. Really crazy world and a dangerous world. It's up to us to go out there and try to make it a better world. So the only way we're going to do that is by showing love, kindness, and respect. Treat other people with dignity. It doesn't matter their background. It doesn't matter where they come from. It doesn't matter if they're different from us. Go out there and treat them well. That's how we were taught. That's what we need to continue with. Do good, guys. Enjoy the day. Love you all. And I will catch you on the flip. Peace.